Hello all, I'm Matthew again. Today we'll paint another watercolor. In this lesson I try to teach you how simple and easy it is to paint watercolors. It's not that difficult or it's not that unforgiving. You can't come out of your mistakes. But it is very easy that you give yourself to the way water leads you, and then you'll get a good bright painting. So this painting will be a very quick painting, only allowing the water to paint most of the painting. I just only glide the colors to wherever I need, but the entire painting is completed by water, and that's the gift of this painting. You will really enjoy it watching, and if you try it, uh, clears all your boundaries and limitations in watercolors. That fear, that to overcome that fear to paint watercolors, that will get cleared up. You can see how simple the painting moves on as it goes. So I've made two markings for my landscape. This is again going to be a watercolor or a waterscape, landscape filled with water and reflection. So we'll begin the painting. So this is going to be a very distant, far background bush. So I'll do a little bit of detailing to it. The only thing I'll do today is to pause the camera to let the paint dry, but rather the painting is completely quick. There's no editing going to be done in this painting. Whatever you see is what is the result of the painting. So in that way the painting becomes quicker and easier. I'm using a very flat brush. You can try it with a round brush with thick bristles, and that gives you good results as well. So the whole upper part is filled with water, and that's going to be for the trees. So I've started a bit of reflection to happen now. So here I painted only with water, and so we'll see. This is going to be my foreground, and still in the foreground I'm going to use a bit of green. I want to paint tall trees. I remember this technique somehow I learned in a way by myself or through some reference. One of my colleagues, she challenged me to do a painting in 5 minutes, and that too in a fullscape sheet. So I attempted to do that and finally ended up the painting in 3 minutes. So that's how I learned this particular technique. This very like kind of some way or the other I mastered in this. So now I'm taking a little bit of extra time so that I can add a kind of more detail to your paint. So this background I'll allow it to dry on its own a little bit, like almost 60% of dryness in water, so that I get a blunt of colors. It's not that I'm going to get crystal clear sharp details of the background. I'm just going to get whatever the water provides me as a detail and use it as a part of my painting. The first time when I took it, it was a kind of a challenge when my colleague posted, and that result is completely a new dimension to my gave a new dimension to my painting, because I never felt so much joy in watercolors on that day, and I painting a lot in that style. But obviously I tried that technique on a monotone of colors. I didn't use multiple colors. I didn't mix many colors as well. It's like only one color, and the whole painting is done with one color. Literally I painted with water and used thick watercolor paint and dropped it wherever I need, and they ended up the painting on their own. Like you can also see similar results what we are getting here also. So this side it's almost done. I'm going to allow it to dry for some time. My whole work is done. Like most of the effects what I got is the gift of watercolors. Like it's part of water doing its painting, and I'm just gliding my colors where I need, and water gives the effect of the spread, everything. So all these blur happening here, it's a part of the painting done by water. There's no bigger skill needed in it. Only thing is you need to glide your colors wherever you want, and accept what painting gives you, no, rather than you dropping yourself when you're not interested in what the water gives you. I am glad with what water is allowing me to paint, and that makes me happy at the end of my work. That gives me bigger joy, to paint more. It is watercolors, and you will get what the water is giving to you. It's not that you fully control your painting. You can still do it, you can fiddle with, control it completely, make it as your own work, like not allowing the water to paint. But for myself, I like the way I do, like pushing the water to do more of my painting rather than I fiddling with the colors, stressing down myself if I'm not able to get what I want. So this is the end of my work, just to give a bigger inspiration in watercolors. Many give up watercolors saying that I'm not able to overcome. It's unforgiving, never allows me to do what I want. Yes, it's true, doesn't allow you to do what you want, but you can even master that also, like what we are, human beings capable of mastering all forms of art, can overcome what the water gives you. But for me, I love to have whatever the water gives me as a part of my painting, and that's the most biggest part I enjoy in my painting. Thank you for joining me in this session. I'll post more of my watercolor works with you in coming days. Thank you. Enjoy. Have a good day. Bye.